Hi guys. I know a lot of you have been waiting for quite some time for this video, but without further ado, I would like to introduce our very first Petite mini doodle litter. This crew is from our Petite mini mom Rosie and our new Petite mini stud Roux. We have anxiously awaited this crew, and whew, it was a scary one, but we could not be happier with them. They are the cutest little things ever. Of course, I've been trying to catch them at the right moment when I can get them playing for everyone. And as you can see, we got them at a good time right now. They are going to town, at least at the moment. For those of you who may not know or are not familiar, Rosie was the very first female we held back from Lucy's litter, which was our very first mini litter. And Rosie is a petite mini, and then our, the new mini stud Roux we had, or petite mini stud Roux we had purchased. So this is their babies, and you'll probably notice we have some smaller ones, as these guys are already 8 weeks, and so you can see their size. But also, you may notice something quite different from, let's say, Lucy and Gizmo's minis, in that we have some different coats here than we usually do. You're looking at straight and wavy coats in this group. So that's something different for us, at least as far as straight. We've had wavy ones, but we seldom have straight. And for example, our girl Magnolia there, our little black girl, she is a straight coat. We really could not be any prouder of this litter. Despite all the testing we do, and we do all the testing we possibly can do on our parents, genetics testing can only tell you so much, right? And when it comes to a first litter, you ultimately don't know until these guys arrive and start to grow as to what you're ultimately going to get. Because there's that part of genetics that's simply luck of the draw, so to speak. And I think in my mind, I was thinking, oh my goodness, Lucy and Gizmo's pups set, I felt like, such a high standard. I was like, oh my goodness, are these guys going to measure up? What if they don't measure up? Well, I think Rosie, needless to say, has done a great job of carrying on the legacy. And we have been very, very impressed with this group. Oh my God, I swear I could keep all of them. I really could. But unfortunately, we can only keep one because we have a lot of other families waiting for them, I know. But this has been, oh my goodness, a fun bunch to raise. They really are. And I don't know sometimes if it is their petiteness for some of them that just make them even just cuter, if that's possible. But they have just been a really cute bunch to watch. Definitely a little more laid back overall compared to Lucy's, we find. And this is just overall. And I don't know, it's because we do see that they have matured and are developing just a little bit slower, which makes sense. They're smaller overall, so that, would make sense. But either way, we have been, quite pleased. And so anyhow, as most of you know, we do these videos for our families because they'll be getting ready to start their puppy pick. So wanted to go ahead and introduce them to everyone. And luckily we have almost all different colors except for 2. So for my families, you see our little chocolate girl here with she has like a little blue thing around her neck. That is Tulip, okay? The other little chocolate girl is Daisy. And if you remember from pictures, they look almost identical, honestly, except that Tulip had like little small patches of white markings on her back toes, which you can hardly even see anymore because the chocolate has taken over. And I was trying to they're both together now. I'm sorry, I was trying to get them for you together. And the only difference between those two, they almost look like little identical twins. But Daisy is the smaller of the two. The one right there playing is Daisy. She is the smaller by about a pound. And she has been that way since day one. She has been trending smaller. She's much tinier. And it's hard to tell when you're looking at them because of, so much of a doodle is their coat, especially these guys. They have very, very strong furnishings. But her and Lily, or her and Tulip, I'm sorry, her and Tulip almost look identical, other than one's just bigger than the other. Are you coming to say hi? Say, look at my beautiful eyes. Just like Lucy and Gizmo's, guys, all of the lighter colored ones, okay, so meaning your chocolate, Lily, the apricot, our guy here, Ash, our chocolate and white party, they all have the liver noses and hazel eyes, which can be anywhere from light green to almost like a darker blue, like our boy here, if you can see through his eyes, or if you can see his eyes. With such strong furnishings, it's like already they almost could use a hair trim around their eyes. It's already kind of hard to see their eyes, you know. That's our girl Lily over there. Lily is a tuxedo, as you can see. You know, tuxedos vary as far as the amount of white, but she, you know, lucked out. She got the 4 white tip paws, white tip tail, white muzzle, white into the crown, white chest. I was quite surprised by her. We knew statistically they were capable of producing one, but honestly, I didn't think we'd see one. So we were really surprised, pleasantly surprised to see her. And this is my boy Ash, huh? Oh, trying to tell me hi. You'll find these guys are, what's the right word? A little more needy in some ways, like a little more babyfied, I guess, in a way. Which makes sense. Oh, look at our boy Poppy here, getting into the ball pit. I'm sorry, it's like, you know, I'll be talking about one, but then another one starts doing something cute that I try to catch for you. Let me back up a little bit so you can kind of see that a little better. They are so funny. So funny. I mean, sometimes, you know, they'll have toys that are bigger than they are. And I always find it's hard to really, you know, with pictures and or videos, it's hard to really see size, I guess, compared to what we see in person. But it's like I like to do my best to give you the best, you know, view possible. And we only had 2 males in this litter. And that's our other male right here, Poppy. He also is a straight coat. And you know, I've had some questions already about this. Guys, the type of coat has nothing to do with how hypoallergenic a particular doodle will be, or you know, how prone to shedding they will be. Whether they're curly, straight, or wavy, that really has nothing to do with their, you know, their shedding tendencies or things of that nature. There are 2 other genes that are, you know, play a role in that. There is actually a shedding gene or a shedding locus that we look at to see what genes a parent carries on those. And a doodle can carry 1 or 3 ways on those. Our petites, or our minis, for example, carry the absolute best ways on those. We only breed basically the best or second to best in all of our litters, okay? The other factor in any doodle is the furnishing gene, right? Furnishings, or what makes a doodle, in my opinion, it gives them that oh so cute teddy bear appearance. It's a dominant gene, so they, you know, need only 1 to show furnishings. So like your first generation, for example, is, you know, FI. In other words, they carry 1 furnishing, 1 non-furnishing. But it also plays a big role in their coat. And some can be double furnished, okay? So when they're double furnished, it makes for a more hyperallergenic puppy. Oh, I got one escaping, and we had an accident. It makes them even, I guess, less likely to shed. You know, you get stronger furnishing, stronger mustache, stronger beard. You know, that's what furnishings are. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to be gross there, but this is a big area for them. And they're doing okay with, you know, potting in here, but, you know, they still have a little ways to go, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is where minis are different, and I'm always very forthcoming about that. Minis are not the same as raising a standard litter of puppies, let's say, okay? Because, well, number 1, their poor little bladders don't even develop till 6 months. So, but they really are doing quite well with potty training on their grass, especially when they're in their inside pen, which is much smaller. But for video and purposes and for training and things like that, we want to come out into a bigger pen. Let me try to get them back in the pen. They're trying to escape on us, guys. Hold on 1 second, gang. Sorry. There we go. I might have to get in there with them because they're trying to get to me, guys. That's what they're doing. But anyway, back to furnishings. When they have strong furnishings like that, that's what, you know, we saw that early on. You know, you can see it early on because their furnishings will tend to come in a little bit earlier, stronger in the face. That's why you can already barely see their eyes, you know, things like that. And some, you know, every doodle, whether it be mini, standard, no matter the size, they all develop at their own pace. Some, you know, develop slower than others. Some furnishings will tend to lag behind. You know, a lot of different things factor in, but Just a little bit insight on that. Is that a sleepy bug I got over there? Is that a sleepy bug? Oh my goodness, we're being very talkative today, aren't we? I might get in there with them guys because that's what they're doing. They're all coming up against the gate, so it's kind of making it hard. And that's been another thing, is trying to find the right time of day, because it has to be late in the afternoon, because you can see it's so hot. We can't put them out here during the heat of the day. They will just be sleeping on you essentially. And of course, I try, when we're taking the video anyway, I don't want them getting all wet on you. Then you'll just be seeing, you wouldn't be getting a true effect. So I said, well, I'll take the video and then we'll let them get all dirty again, huh, and have some water. So then let's see. So there's our girl Magnolia. Magnolia, oh God, she is cutie. Magnolia is, let's see, make sure I got this right. Well, Magnolia is our second smallest. Our smallest is Daisy, the little chocolate girl, which just walked back over there. One of the little chocolates is the smallest and has been. She's right around 4 pounds, whereas our biggest now are about 5.5. It's funny, we have 3 small ones essentially and 3 large ones. Our 3 smallest would be Daisy, the little chocolate, Magnolia, our little black girl, and then Miss Tulip right here is also a very small one. And then our 3 that are all kind of neck and neck, just literally by a few ounces, are the 3. Our boy Ash, Poppy, and our girl Lily. Huh. You can see that's the fan. Yes, even no matter the day when they're out here, they have to, this time of year, they have to have their fan. Look, see, they poop out quick. That's why I was like, well, let me at least get a video now so we can start our puppy pics. But they don't, the heat is just, it's extremely hot. Oh, can you see those eyes, guys? Those eyes are to die for. And this little guy's nose, oh my goodness, he is just, oh, this nose is oh, I love his nose. Wait, I'm so sorry, I was trying to get that off. Where's my baby? Oh, here's my Ash. Ash has a liver nose, but sometimes with the liver nose, they can stay pink. We call it a Dudley nose. Almost has like little polka dots. Oh, you see those eyes? Mom and Dad's, but he has like little polka dots in his nose. I was like, we've never had a nose like that. I'm like, oh my goodness. I wish I could reproduce that 100 times over, huh? But I think ultimately what's been most impressive about these guys are their temperaments, okay? I get it. We all have a favorite color, pattern, etc. And it's like, and I certainly don't encourage someone not to get what they want, but when we're picking a breeder, for example, our future mom or dad or whatever, color and pattern is the last thing we consider, okay? Because that's not what's going to make a very good dog at the end of the day, right? It's more about temperament, structure, health, of course, and color and pattern is just kind of like the icing on the cake. So, just certainly things you should consider when, trying to pick a puppy, any puppy, But these guys have really been, yes, we do have our more active in the group, and I'll get into that when we get into puppy picks, our more dominant and, submissive puppies, our more dependent versus independent, or, what I'm talking about. But it's overall, these guys have we found, have been much calmer. So, been very impressed there. Oh, and look, there is Miss Tulip getting some air. You getting some fresh air, my girl? It's funny, they all come lay out in front of the fan. I love it. I don't blame you. It's hot, huh? Even at 9 o'clock at night, it's hot out here. And there's Miss Daisy playing in the balls. You like that, baby girl? Oh, come on, you can't poop out now. Not quite yet, guys. And it's funny, it's one thing I find. They don't last as long as some of the others. It's funny, they poop out quicker, I find, Let's see what these two are going to do for us. No, as you can see, already teething. That's what he says. Well, I'll use this as a teething tool instead, right? Those little teeth are definitely have been out. say up, and we are all now eating dry food. No longer are we soaking our food even. So they started on that about 3 days ago. That's how, little different milestones are telling us, we see in this group, they are maturing and developing a little slower. And that was one of the things, they usually I have them on dry food a little bit sooner. In other words, completely dry, to where I'm not soaking it to moisten it a little bit or anything. But they're now on their regular dry food and doing great with that, so that's good news. And they have a big week ahead, as they'll be going to see Dr. Chris for their big exam and first shots. And then, of course, shortly thereafter, we'll start preparing, to send actually 2 litters home together. We'll be sending these guys and Millie's litter home together. Well, assuming health clearance, whenever they get their health clearance date, which will likely be sometime next week. I love when they play tug of war. It was so funny watching them, different things, especially when they were really tiny. They'll get a toy or something so much bigger than they are and trying to pull it around. I love it. They definitely gave me a boost of, I guess, or helped me through a very difficult weekend with our boy Earl. For those of you, I know some of you have already reached out and have heard about what happened. Our bloomer Earl, who is about 19 months, ate something he shouldn't have. He is notorious for that. And, not only are all puppies, but it's sometimes a doodle thing. A lot of them eat things they shouldn't, and he's one. We didn't see him eat something, but he was showing me all the signs that we had an obstruction, okay? And it's been a long few days, because we could see he spent the entire day at the vet Friday. They could see the object moving. Long story short, and so they really thought the odds were in our favor that he might pass this, whatever it was, over the weekend. And we got home Friday, sure enough, and he did pass something, a toy. He stole one of the baby's toys, ironically. And I really felt like, okay, that had to be it, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't. He deteriorated rapidly over the weekend. Good thing they sent us home with IV fluids, so we did sub-Q fluids throughout the weekend, and just kind of prayed that he would make it. In other words, I would have taken him to the ER had it, come down to that, but we were hoping that he would make it to our vet this morning, and he did. And he is now out of surgery and in recovery, so... But these guys, just looking at them and Millie's puppies are kind of what gets us through, those tough days, And Earl is one of ours that live here with us, so it's made that just even, just all the more tougher. You don't ever want to see one of your babies suffering. But anyway, it is not, I know this is a happy moment for you guys, so I don't want to dwell on that too much, but just want to thank my little babies for helping me put a smile on my face when I really needed it. I'm Magnolia, I'm Maggie. We call Magnolia Maggie for short. I gotta say, I kind of like the whole theming of the litter thing that we did this spring, which I've never done in the past. Typically, we've always just done our litters by collar color, and we did some themes, and I'm kind of liking it because they all had like a little name. And, I have a feeling something we might try to continue. It's gonna be a lot of different themes to think of, I suppose, but we might give it a shot because I've enjoyed, calling them by name. Hi, Miss Tulip. Hi, Miss Tulip. Say hi. Hi. Say hi. Oh, they were right standing together now. That's Daisy in the pool. You can see Daisy and Tulip, guys, look very similar. I mean, they're almost like little twins. See, we almost like little twins. Oh, and there's my sweetheart Poppy. There's my sweetheart Poppy. Hi, Poppy. Oh, hi, Maggie. You gonna come say hi, too? And there's Maggie. I typically don't get in here, but with these guys, they are so, every time they see me, they just trying to stay right by me. So I said, well, I better get in there. That way we can do a better job of seeing you. I swear, with this group, there's one cuter than the next. I can't, there's not a bad choice to be had here. That is for sure. It was a tough one for us to make. Let me tell you that, as far as who our future mama will be. So we'll announce that in a little while. I'm going to hold that until we start picks. But the choice has been made. Or at least I think it has. Our guardian ultimately got to decide because we narrowed it down to 2 for them. But what do you girls do? Or what are y'all doing? It's girl and boy over there. Anyway, well, I see it's almost been 20 minutes I'm on here. It doesn't take long, right? I just run my mouth. I don't know what else to do when you take a video. I feel like I have to talk, so I apologize for that. But anyway, I hope you enjoy getting to meet our first Petite Minis. Congratulations to all the families. You are certainly getting some incredible babies here. I can't wait to watch these guys grow further, you know, even beyond leaving us, because with the first time litter, you just, you know, you want to see, you know, what they're ultimately going to be. But so far we have just been so impressed. Couldn't be happier with them. And you know, as hard as it was to see Lucy's, or say bye to Lucy's last litter, and to ultimately to Lucy, right, because that was her last ones, we see that it will clearly be carried on by her, you know, by her girls that we've held back, and we really couldn't be happier. And Roux, he has been so impressive, and he's the one who gave us these great coats, or these different coats, so we'll at least have some different coats now to offer with the minis and Petite Minis. But anyway, well, good luck picking, guys. I can't wait to see who is ever, you know, which puppy each family ultimately chooses. And I'll certainly be in touch. Say bye, guys. Can y'all say bye? Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye, guys. Chat soon.